Hey Maker, welcome to the Snapseed Photo Editing for Product Photography 6-part video series. This is video 2. This 6-part video series focuses on the 2025 updated version of Snapseed. So if you missed video 1, you can grab a link for it in the description below. If this is your first time joining me, hey, I'm Kristina Nicole, Product Photography Coach for Makers. If you're ready to have a little more creative control when it comes to editing your product photos, this video is for you. In this video, you're going to learn how to use Snapseed's Pro Tools for advanced editing. So right now we're looking at the Snapseed app. When we open the app, this is going to be our home screen. This is going to be images that we have uploaded into Snapseed and made edits to, and then exported them in some way. So it kind of keeps a catalog of your images. We're going to go ahead and click on the plus sign to add a photo from our library. I'm going to select this image, and we're going to click on Tools. And the first tool that we're going to look at is the Curves tool. And then I'm going to tap on this button down here because we don't want all these presets. So we're just going to get rid of those. So what we're looking at here is the Curves tool. This is a histogram. Basically from this side to the left, this is going to be our darks. And on the right side over here is going to be all of our lights. So this is the full tonal range of any color that is in our image, moving left from darks all the way to your purest whites on the right. You'll notice that has a line that's going vertical up through all of this. Okay, this is our basic line that we're starting with. So the first step we're going to take is we're going to tap the top right hand corner to increase our light colors. So we're just going to tap to create a new dot. And then we're going to grab that dot, which sometimes it's hard to re-grab it. And we're going to pull that line upward, and you'll see how it increases the light tones in our image. That's what we're focusing on first. What you'll notice is that this gray line was our original line. What it does is it actually increases, it lightens all the tones in the image. So the reason this tool becomes a pro tool is because we have more control over lightening the lights and then darkening the dark. So we're going to tap another dot down here on the bottom towards our darks, and we're going to try to grab it again. Like I said, sometimes it's hard to grab that little dot again. Come on. There we go. And we're going to pull, so this is kind of where we were before. We're going to pull those darks back down. So it's going to give us more contrast. This is what we call an S curve. So this is going to allow us, this is more pro, this is more advanced because we have more control over our lights and darks versus going into that adjust tool and just increasing our brightness. When we increase our brightness, it was like what we did up here in this right-hand corner where we increased the brightness, but all of our other tones increased too. So when we are able to pull these darks back down, we get them more true to color, we get the light colors more true, and we create this nice contrast, okay? If you tap on this button here, it's going to open up a red, green, and blue. This allows us to kind of selectively edit those colors in the image. RGB is red, green, and blue combined. That's where you probably really, need to sit with all this. If I click over to red, we're going to get a new red line, and we can tap it and kind of increase our overall reds or bring them down. This is kind of a tint option. We go more magenta, more green. You don't really need to mess too much with those. The main thing that I use the Curves tool for is accurately adjusting exposure at a pro level where we can increase our light tones, but decrease our dark tones to create that nice S-curve. Okay? We're going to hit the check mark when we're done. The next one we're going to look at is the Selective tool. So Selective allows us to pick a specific point within our image that we want to only make selective edits to. So this little plus sign here, you can tap to add a point to the image. So the first thing that I'm going to kind of focus on here is I'd like to we've got a higher presence of light on the left side of this label, which is perfectly fine. This shoot specifically was meant to be like that. I wanted to emulate natural sunlight. But let's say you didn't intentionally do that. So we got a higher presence of light on this left side versus the right side. So maybe I want to tap and put a marker on this right side. And if I click down here, it's going to bring up, we have the option to adjust brightness, contrast, saturation, or structure specifically to that area. So because that label's a little bit darker, I'm actually going to swipe left and try to lighten that side of the label. So this is what it originally looked like. And now I'm going to try to lighten that side. Now, one little trick that you can do is you can take your fingers and you can move them together or move them apart to increase or decrease the size of the selective edit. So let me go ahead and delete that. I'm going to back out a little bit. I'm going to set a point again right there. I'm going to increase the brightness. Let's go to, let's say about a 10. But then I'm going to see how much of that image was being edited. I'm going to make that edit smaller and just focus on that side of the label. So that's just going to allow us to create a little more selective type editing. If I wanted to maybe do the same thing in this corner over here, I would tap the plus sign, get me a new dot, and decrease the brightness or kind of increase the brightness in that section as well. And then we can make our selective edit a little bit smaller. So in the right hand corner, we have this little eye. If you tap it, it shows you just the image without your selective edits. If you untap it, it'll show you where your edits are. Now, if you hold down on the screen, it's going to show you a before, and you release, and it's going to show you an after. Okay, so that was before the edits, and that is after the edits. So this allows you to selectively edit something in your photo. Now, if we contrast, again, it's going to be kind of that difference between lights and darks. Are the tones similar or are they not? And then saturation, if you wanted to make just one specific color in your image more saturated, that would be a great way to use selective editing. We could also potentially add a structure dot on the label and kind of increase the structure of the label a little bit. This before, after. Go ahead and remove those points and hold before, after. Okay, so that is selectively editing a certain portion of your image. So the last and final tool we're going to look at in today's lesson is going to be the brush tool. And this is also a selective editing kind of component. So with the brush tool, you're going to have 4 different choices to choose from. And some of these tools do the same thing. So the selective tool also had an option for increasing brightness, which is kind of what we're going to look at here with exposure. And it had an option for increasing saturation. So we kind of have both of that going on here. When it comes to the dodge or burn, dodge and burn will subtly and selectively lighten or darken areas within the image. So the burn tool allows you to darken an area where the dodge tool is going to allow you to lighten. This is going to be more of a finger brush concept. So we're going to come in here and we're just going to brush our finger over an area. And I'm going to do this kind of crazy. The more you brush, the lighter it gets. A +10 is going to lighten. You can also go back, and if you hold in here in the top right hand corner, it's going to show you where you've made your edits. So sometimes we like to have these on and sometimes we don't. So you can also go in and you can erase all of it, or we can go -10, -5, and we can darken an area. We undo that. We can see it. The more we go over it, the darker it gets. Okay, you're just applying the edit more. So we can darken that side of the label. And then let's say we want to go to a +5 and want to lighten this side of the label a little bit to kind of even out the light on the label there. We want to move over to exposure. Kind of the same concept. Let's just go back and actually erase all of this so that we can jump over to exposure. This one is going to allow us to increase the exposure on that side. That was pretty severe. And then we can erase that. Or we can go this way and we can decrease our exposure, which is going to darken it. And you can see a very vivid line there. I'm going to go ahead and erase all that. The same thing with temperature. On the plus side, we're going to go much warmer. And then on the negative side, we're going to go much cooler. Do it a little rough here so you can see just that blue shift. Okay, so if you need to selectively edit any parts of your image with color temperature. I typically, when it comes to this tool, I don't use this tool very often. I use the curves tool and the white balance tool, and then I might adjust saturation inside of adjust. So I don't really use this one very often, but this can be helpful to actually, make small adjustments to a specific area of your image. Go ahead and erase those, hit that check mark. And that's how you use the advanced and Pro Tools inside of Snapseed. In video 3, you're going to learn all about non-destructive editing and edit stacks. These features really set Snapseed apart from its competitors. See you next time.